Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Let me get this out the way. How is everybody doing today? Grand Rising. Let me get this going. Oh, y'all coming in here ready today. Can y'all let y'all cousins know? Go in the chat. Let y'all business besties know we are live. It is day 5 and we are live.
Day
It is the
5.
last day. Go tell your cousins, go pick them up, do a car ride, car share, do whatever it is y'all do. Go get them. This is day 5. This is it, y'all. This is it. I can't believe this is it, but this is actually it. Go get y'all business besties and tell them to get in here because it is officially day 5. It's day 5 and it's Friday. It's a beautiful Friday. Grandma's, let me see. Let me move. Let me see who we have in the room that is ready to go. That's showing all the way up for theyself. Okay, Queen Rachel, Grand Rising, beautiful. I see you, love. Queen Lillian, what's going on? How are you, beautiful? Queen Sharonda, how are you? Queen Leslie, how are you? Queen Alishon, how are you? Queen Tina, how are you? April, what's going on? Reginald, stay on this screen. He's like, y'all are not going to leave me out. All these queens in here. I'm going to be the king that's going to show up. Y'all not going to play with me. He representing for everybody. Y'all better stop playing with this king. Queen Shantae, how are you? Queen Janine, what's going on, love? Queen Tabitha, how are you? Y'all are showing up and I absolutely love it. It's Friday. It's day 5. I don't know how y'all feeling. Don't get sad because Sunshine will start crying, okay? Y'all be having me all emotional. Look, I'm just one of them people. I'm an empath. If you're an empath, put that sunshine emoji in the chat. I am an empath in real life, okay? I will definitely get emotional day 5 because it's that bonding and that connection, right? For 5 days, we've been in here doing the work and y'all been getting like to some places. Y'all been unveiling some things, dropping off some weight that y'all needed to in order to elevate to that next level. That is transparency. That's connection. But it's Friday and it's a financial, what we gonna say? We're gonna say it's a financial free Friday. Right? Let's talk about that. It's a financial free Friday. Go ahead and put it in the chat because we no longer have that scarce mindset. We understand, right? That abundance is our birthright. Put it in the chat. Y'all know I'm gonna get y'all fingers working because we not playing. It's day 5. And we're gonna talk about some things before we get this mindset going. And I want you to say, my finances don't control me. I control my finances. Because when you understand that abundance is your birthright, we're not letting our money control us. We controlling our money. So if you have not made a decision to get in the right room and stay in the right room, I need you to get it right. We about mindset. But this is a faithful Friday. Let's talk about it. It is a faithful Friday. And I want y'all to remain faithful to your principles because at the end of the day, if you don't stand for something, you're going to fall for what? Put it in the chat. Y'all know how to finish that sentence. Y'all already know what's going on. But this next one is real important. A lot of people don't think about this, but it is extremely, let me pronunciate this. It's extremely important. Okay? It's a forgiving Friday. And let's talk about that for a second. Because we always looking to get to the bag, right? But you have to forgive. You have to let go of the things and the people that no longer serve you. Why that is so important? Important. Okay, let me pronunciate because I be getting excited and I just start talking. Excuse me, I'm from New York. We speak fast and we just say what we got to say, how we got to say it. But this is so important because you can't receive the blessings that God has for you, right? If you're still holding on to dead weight from the past, somebody put the sunshine emoji in the chat if I'm talking to them.
I talk to him. No.
I'm just saying, right? Then I want y'all to think about it's a freeing Friday, y'all. I want you to free your minds of the negative self-talk. We got to let that go and walk in your power. You better know who you are. Know who you are and walk in your power. And last but not least, Sunshine just wants you to know, period. It's a fabulous Friday. It is an absolutely fantastic, fantabulous, fabulous Friday. Why? Because every single last one of y'all are absolutely fabulous. And you deserve to be here. You deserve the desires of your heart. And you deserve to have a business bestie. Put I deserve it all in the chat. And on that note, y'all know what's coming next. Mindset in all caps. Put it in there. Let's go. Mindset in all caps. I'm moving out the way. I don't know if I'm sliding to the left or to the right today, but I'm sliding. Because it's day 5 and y'all already know he's going to set this room on fire. He is our king crew, our coach crew, Sean Crewmay, our mindset mogul. And if you didn't know, you're going to find out right now. He's also 2 comma crew. Somewhere I think that every single last one of us is looking to get to. If you want a 2 comma, I want you to put that sunshine emoji in the chat. If you want to be able to say you got 2 commas in your name, drop that sunshine emoji in the chat and drop a few for me. Listen, come off mute, pour the love into yourself first, because nobody needs you more than you. And then pour all that love and energy out onto this Zoom call for our mindset mogul, our king crew. Let's go, y'all. It's day 5 and it's Friday. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Mindset.
Let's go.
Mindset. Mindset.
Let's
go.
Energy.
The energy. High energy, high income. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. Yes. Let's go. Let's get it.
Let's go, Maya.
Hallelujah. Glory, 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 glory.
Let's go.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Screenshot it, buddies.
Yes.
Dawn's in the house. Hey.
Geez, you made this.
Imagine if I took a stance now. If I said, what's my penalty for inactivity? You gotta give yourself a penalty for inactivity. Like, if I do not show up, what's the consequences for my choices? For me, I had to make sure that I stood on business. What is that? What is the business that I need to stand on? I need to stand on my transformation. If I said I'm gonna do this, I gotta do it. That's my integrity. I have to stand in my integrity, right? But how could I become smarter, better, faster, stronger? How could I just get better? How can I make things attractive? How can I attract things? How can I become the most attractive character and build these beautiful experiences? I have to be willing to create these relationships. I have to be willing to see it from a greater perspective, because my perspective gives me direction. I don't want this to just be about me, because if I talk about me, I'm talking about Max and everything. I know whoever's watching this, whoever's listening to this, you are the best of the best. You are the top of the top, the cream of the crop. Whoever's listening to this, you are amazing. Don't let anybody tell you different. Whoever's listening to this is your chance to glow up. Whoever has your attention has your ascension. And if I can have your attention, please, I want you to stand up. I want you to clap it up. I want you to snap it up. I want you to make so much noise, because your next level is loaded.
If your next level is loading, I want you to put the emojis in the chat. If your next level is loaded, I want you to put those emojis in the chat, whether it's the bank emoji, whether it's the championship emoji. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Look, turn me up, turn me up, turn me up, bring me up. Listen, today is a good day for what, ladies and gentlemen? Today is a good day for what? Hold on, let's get the angles right. Y'all know about the angles. Let's get the angles together. Okay, come on. Today is a good day for what? Today is a good day for a great day. Put it in the chat. Today is a good day for a great day. As you know, we are inside the See You at the Bank challenge. This is a 5-day challenge. We are at day 5. Look, I really like to say we were at day 6, technically, because we did start on Sunday if you was VIP, right? So have we given you everything that you could hope for? Let me know in the chat. Have we given you everything that you could ask for? Let me know in the chat. I really want to know. I really want to know. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Always got to put it on gallery mode. I want to see everybody's faces on these devices because this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Every opportunity is the last opportunity. When I call your name out, first of all, hold on. Before I even get to that, Sunshine, you was preaching today, baby. Come on. Can we snap it up, clap it up? Put the sunshine emojis in the chat, please. Nobody does it like Sunshine. All right. Look, it's always good. I don't know about y'all, but it's always good to start your day off with a little bit of sunshine. Okay, can I get a little bit? What's going on? So what's happening here? When I call your name, I'll put the trophy emoji in the chat because you are the MVP. Gabrielle, what's going on? Looking beautiful. Got the sun rays hitting on you. I know you probably got work on the other line, but guess what? You here today, baby. So I understand what's going on. Sharonda, how we feeling? Sharonda always in the camera. Say, I'm ready. I'm active. Rochelle, yes, you came up. You're speaking. You're raising your hand. You're asking your questions. You're on time. We love it. Absolutely love it. Angel, look, I don't see your face in that camera, but I know it's on. So I know you somewhere in the vicinity. You cooking up something? Let me have something, okay? What's going on? Sharice, how we doing today, Sharice? Dr. Irma, how we doing? How we feeling? Look, put the trophy emoji in the chat because when we call out your name, this is like a representation of you. How are you showing up for you? Are you willing to accept the compliments of love? Chia, what's going on? Chia Pet, how we feeling? Leslie, look, you're the best of the best, top of the top. Reginald, I know it feels like you're the only man in a room full of women, but hey, get used to it, baby. Get used to it. It feels good. Understand it does. Lillian, how we feeling today? April, what's going on? Miss Tina, how you doing? How we feeling today? Janine, look, Janine, I want to say shout out to you because I know how difficult it could be just to come up and ask questions, but you've been up here, really sharing information and asking questions that other people might be afraid to ask. So great job on that one. Jacqueline, we see you. We know you're in the cut like a Band-Aid, but I want to see you stand out like a sore thumb, okay? I want to see you out here, and I want to see your name some more. Barbara, what's going on? How we feeling today? We do have another man in the building. What's up, Rob? What's up, Rob? What's up? Who else is in there? I say Anthony in the car. Anthony said, look, I got moves to make, but I'm going to make sure I take time to understand and get some of this information. Okay, this is food for the soul. This is food for love. Okay, understand love is the highest frequency. What's going on? Who's that? Carolyn. Carolyn said, I'm here. I'm ready. I'm front and center. I got my VIP pass. I'm ready to go. If I didn't call your name out, it doesn't mean that you are not the MVP. This is your chance to put the MVP emoji in the chat. Due to time constraints, you can't call everyone out, but I want you to call you out because it doesn't matter about what I say. Some of you come here, you're going to see me for this 1, 2, 5 days, however many times you saw me, and that's it. Kick rocks on me, okay? You're going to have me in your dust. All right, cool. I understand that. But if you could take away anything from here, please take away this. You are your greatest limitation and your greatest elevation. I mean, I know it sounds cliche, and I know it sounds like we know this, but we know that knowing means nothing, right? We know. You can know you need to lose weight, and it doesn't matter. You can know that you should eat differently, and it doesn't matter because knowing means nothing. But what is important is if you embody. What is important is you having the frequency. See, money is a receipt for the value that you provide. This is about transforming your frequency. So the most, I would say the greatest tool in the world is a mind, right? Because everything that's around us is created from the mind. We marvel at these inventions that are created by man and understand, wow, that's pretty impressive because the greatest tool in the world is a mind. Let me know in the chat, put the MVP trophies in the chat. If we're going to see you at the bank, put the MVP trophies in the chat. If we make sense right now, okay? And the greatest tool in the world may be the mind, but the most powerful tool in the world is the made-up mind. Because some of us have great ideas that's stuck in the mind. Some of us have great ideas that goes to the grave. Some of us have great ideas that never, ever get a chance to change someone's life. Don't be that person. There's a gift inside of you that allows you to do everything that you want to do, but something in some way it's holding you back. What is it? Put the answer in the chat right now. Let me know in the chat what's holding you back. Be honest about where you are so you can get to where you want to be. Go ahead, put it in the chat. I want to know. I'll wait, I'll be patient. What is actually holding you back? Somebody said procrastination. Somebody said fear of failure. What else? Not knowing. Okay, what else? Come on, Sharice, you got an answer, right? Shaquan, you got an answer, right? Somebody got an answer. I'm looking at the board. I'm seeing you. Somebody has an answer. Diane, you have an answer, right? I need to see some answers. What is actually holding you back? DC, what's going on? Don't just stare at me like that. Oh, you driving? You in the car somewhere? Where you at? You mobile. All right, cool. Shout out to Alice Shawn. Got the baby on, getting the hair done, but they listening to the info, okay? They doing something about something. So when I look, I'm saying fear of what? What do we say that fear is? What did we say fear was? Somebody put in the chat. All right, this is why I got to use this and check the comments. False evidence appearing real. That's cool. What else? What is fear? Fear is a commitment. I'm not even gonna lie. I see somebody got commitment down there. I don't know if that was intentional to answer this question, but fear is a commitment. What else is fear? What else is fear? Lack of knowledge. Okay, what's holding you back is filling out forms. Fear of the government, yes, because people taking your information, doing stuff with your information. I want to share a quick story, and I just want y'all to realize something, because I know it's always puzzled me. So as I'm looking at these, right? Somebody put it. There we go, Tabitha. There we go, Tabitha. Fear is a bad imagination. Somebody write that down and never forget it. Please never forget it, because when you understand that fear is a bad imagination, you'll change that and it will change your situation, because you are the creator of your life, but you're not aware of that because you're living in everybody else's creation. So if you live 20, 30, 40 years as an adult and you've been living 20 years as a kid, because, when you get 20, you're still like a child, still wet behind the ears, that the older folks would say. I don't know if they say that anymore, but I knew I heard that growing up and I didn't know what that meant. But anyway, the point that I'm making is you're young, you're going through life and you realize you don't really have control. You're young, you're going through life as an adult, you're a young adult. You still don't have control. You're getting controlled by the workforce, you're getting controlled by the children, you're just getting controlled everywhere. And we get into this paradigm where we feel lack of control. We feel lack of control. And that's not a crime on anybody's behalf. It is not an issue on anybody's behalf. But I want you to understand something. If you do not put your imagination into this world, you are always living by somebody else's imagination, but you're living to your standards. Wait a minute. Wait, let me rephrase it. You're always living in somebody else's world, but you're looking at the results and measuring the results up to your standards. So for your particular results, you might be out of alignment with that assignment. Make sense? You might not see the opportunity that you are bestowed with because it's not showing up in the way that you thought it would show up, but there's nothing that is coming from you that to make it show up. So we want to put our imagination into the universe, and we do get a chance to do that because we co-create reality with every person in reality. Your version of reality is not my version of reality. Are we aware of that? Are we all aware of that? Now, we do have principles that govern the same things around reality. If you jump off a 2-story building, you could probably survive that, depending on who you are. But if you jump off a 20-story building, I don't care who you are, you probably just won't survive that, right? Like that's how it goes. So there's certain things about life. What's certain in life? Let me know in the chat. What's certain in life? They always say 2 things are certain in life. What's certain in life? What's certain in life? All right, somebody said death, somebody said taxes. So I want to share this because I'm looking at the screen and I'm looking at the chats. And when I'm going through the chats and we're saying fear is a notification, that's pretty good. Fear is a notification. So make sure you write that down too. Somebody said lack of goals, right? That's a fear. associations. I get it. I understand that. The fear of government. I understand that as well. Um, I want you to realize something. One day I was speaking to my grandma and I said, um, what are you going to do with this house? This is a house she was renting. He said, this is not my house. I'm not really going to do anything with it. I said, what do you mean? What do you mean? Because, we're going to buy you a house, but for right now, I want you to get comfortable with doing what, you want in this house. I want you to get cool with it. I want you to feel like this is home. She said, it's never going to really truly feel like home because it's not my house. So I don't want to make any updates to it. I don't want to make any adjustments to it. It's not my house. I scratch my head like, but you're living here. So the thought that I got from this, and then guess what? I think from that time, like 6 months later, not 6 months later, a year later or whatever, she passed away with this same house. So in my mind, it made me think, how many of us are living for the future without doing the work in the present? See, my grandmother's mindset, it was a beautiful mindset. She was one of the ones who really taught me how to be a person of love and great character, which was tremendous. But you know where she falls short of? Her own limitations and beliefs. She wasn't willing to change the environment around her so she can change her environment. Sometimes you have to change the environment that you are brought into in order to give you an opportunity to get into the one that you truly deserve to be in. You know what I'm talking about when your back is against the wall. You're probably living with the folks and they're like, I got to get in my own apartment. I got to get my own place. I got to get up out of here. And you can't get out of there because you got this going on. You got probably like 10 other relatives living with you or inside the house. And then what ends up happening? You start locking in. You start focusing on this environment so much that you change it changes you, and now it takes you to a different place. So that seed that you put into the soil, that's a different environment, right? It's cold, it's dark, sometimes it's lonely in there. People don't understand you, I guess, at this moment because you're still planting your seeds. You're still in your seeded season. So while you're planting your seeds and you're in this seeded season, it's going to feel isolated. It's going to feel alone. You're going to feel like this ain't my real environment. But you know what? This environment will help you evolve to get to the environment that you truly want. See, that seed really wants to be free. That seed wants to breathe and have beautiful sunlight. That's what they want, but they don't realize that's what's coming for it if they just put the work in. That's what it's leading up to if you just put the work in. So when you're in that seeded season and you feel hard and it feel cold and it feel like you're by yourself, you got to push past that limitation. Somebody say push past limitation. You have to push past that limitation. So that limitation is changing your situation for future generations. But sometimes we just don't have the patience. See, you got to have the patience to persevere through the storm because the storm is coming whether you like it or not. Because every season is something there, whether it's going to be warm, whether it's going to be cold, but you go through seasons in life. So there's going to be ups and downs. It's going to happen. While you're on this journey to create wealth with your business, you're going to have a season where you're in the seeded season. You might just create it the LLC. Oh, I don't know the name. I don't know the NAICS code. I'm struggling. Okay, it's cool. That struggle will help you get to the result that you're looking for. Since you don't know what it is, it makes you reach out now to ask for help. Okay. And then you find other people who may know what to do. So you struggling is not an issue. Let's stop making a big deal about struggle. Without a challenger, there is no champion. You have to go through the struggle. It's part of it. Some of us may escape it and some of us may not. I walked out of there clean, no scars. Some of us might get scarred. Some of us already scarred. Okay? So the idea is fear is a bad imagination. But you can change your situation by changing your perspective and how you perceive obstacles. So anything that's coming up in your life right now is what? Any obstacle that you're seeing is what? Let me know in the chat. Come on, we got to rewire those brains. Let me know in the chat right now. Any obstacle that you are experiencing right now is what? There we go. Tabitha, you've been studying? Tabitha been studying. I'm about to give out some cash apps. I stopped giving out cash apps. I used to give out too much money. I'm about to give a cash app. I almost reverted back. So, all right, cool. The idea is for you to change your energy, change your perspective around whatever it is that you see, because you're creating this. Imagine if my grandmother said, you know what? I like this house. It may not be the house that I want, but I know my grandsons, they're getting ready to get me a new house. But you know what? I'm gonna make this as comfortable as possible so I can enjoy this and have gratitude and enjoy my journey a little bit. And every day she could have been like, so now I know what I'm gonna get for my new house, and I know I'm gonna do for my own, because now she has something to kind of bounce off of. And sometimes we look at the struggle like the struggle was just so daunting, when that's the thing that can help us. You ever got into a relationship with someone and you realize that this person taught you everything that you don't want in a relationship, but you call them, that's my ex, F him, I don't care about him. You should go buy that person some flowers. You should go bring that person a meal, because that person saved you a lifetime of headache, and they showed you who you could truly be in a relationship. And they showed you what you truly want to evolve into in a relationship. In other words, everything that is around you is helping you. It is not hurting you, but it's your perspective that perceives it to be hurt. So then with that energy, you create a life of hurt, and it's a cyclical thing. In this world is cyclical. It runs in cycles. You could bet for sure 100% that tomorrow the sun will rise. You could bet 100% at some point, it may not be at the same time every night, but at some point that sun will set. The only thing that truly changes is you and how you react to what it is that you're doing. So let's read a little bit before I go to the whiteboard. It says, and this is becoming more effective in less time. I'm reading chapter 1. Too often we get caught up in the mindset of being good. In fact, hold up. Do y'all know why I'm reading? Do y'all even know why I'm reading? Let me know in the chat if y'all know why I'm reading. Let me know in the chat. Am I getting frozen on your end? Because I'm frozen on one of my devices. All right, cool. All right, good. So I'm reading because how many of us actually read today? Put a 1 in the chat if you read today. I see a lot of 1s in there. Put a 0 in the chat if you didn't read today. And I'm not, wait, what did y'all read? Hold up, because I see a lot of 1s in here. This ain't the typical answer, but what did y'all read today? Let me know. If you put a 1 in the chat, tell me what you read. Don't tell me you read a newspaper. All right, Bible. All right, cool. Good. How much of the Bible did you read? 1 paragraph? Because if you read 1 paragraph, that's cool too. I'll just ask it. Okay, I'll just ask. So for the people that didn't read, the way to slow down time, right? We might feel like time is going by fast. When we were young, time used to go by a lot slower. 3 o'clock, we used to wait for 3 o'clock to hit. 3 o'clock felt like forever. We done took 2 or 3 naps before 3 o'clock then came. And we still woke up. It ain't 3 o'clock yet still. And now as an adult, you're out of school. Then what happens? 3 o'clock come like that. Before you know it, it's 3 o'clock. You're like, how? Like, wait a minute. It literally just was 10. Hold on real quick. Family. All right, there we go. It literally just was 10, and now it's 3 o'clock. So when you read, it slows down your life so you can catch up to things. When you read, you're gathering information and knowledge from other people's experiences, which took a lot of time, but a book is condensing it. This is why they say if you ever want to hide something from somebody, you put it in a book, because most people don't understand that this is a fast track to learning. Now, it's just a fast track to learning. The other portion is you have to actually take action and do something. So it's not just good enough to read a book. All right, cool. But let's read though. Let's get some action. Too often we get caught up in the mindset of being good. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with living a good life as long as it's authentic and we aren't just trying to be good or pretending to be good. But what if there's more? What if we could be great and live a great life instead? I mean, what would that look like for you? Put the answer in the chat. A great life, what would that look like for you? Because you already have the mindset of it. But what's stopping you from acquiring it? Somebody already lives your life, but what's stopping you from acquiring it? There's something there, right? There must be something that's stopping you. Because if other people are living the life that you want to live, why aren't you doing it? So some people said travel. Yes, I'll be honest with y'all. I traveled for 30, how much was it, Sunshine? 36 months out of 42 at first. And then I got some time in between. It's like 38 out of 46 months. That's almost 4 years or over 4 years of traveling. I'm going to tell you right now, it ain't what you think it is, buddy. It's not what y'all think it is. I know y'all see the highlights and clips, but y'all, what you don't see is the travel time. What you don't see is looking for food. What you don't see is the money that you spend. What you don't see is the opportunity that you sometimes miss. What you don't see is sometimes you're sitting around doing something that you could, ain't really should be doing. Like that's sometimes you just miss those things. Okay. So traveling ain't all what it cooked up to be, but it is important. You must travel because when you travel, you grow, you expand your mind. So what would life look like for you if your life was great? What would it look like for you? I want everybody to write it down. Like if you was to see your higher self, what would that look like? And I want you to choose one thing from that person today that you can implement. So if that higher person, that higher self is somebody who can speak well, then practice speaking well today. Today. Oh, my bad, Sunshine. Today, right? Today. Put some emphasis on it, okay? So the thing is, your higher self is not waiting for you. And we're doing a guided meditation today. I wish this computer, look, the devil been knocking on my door heavy this week, okay? Heavy. Computer just, all right, give me some time. I want to do my guided meditation. If I can't do it with the music, y'all let me know if y'all want to do it without the music. It's still fine without the music, but obviously with the senses being touched with the music, it doesn't heighten the experience. So get back to the book, right? As y'all writing this stuff down, your higher self is somebody that you can actualize right now. It's somebody that you are right now, but you're neglecting to be. Uh-oh. Did I offend you? Your higher self is somebody that you can be right now, but you're neglecting to be that person right now. That resistance that's in you, that resistance that makes you go, yeah, I don't feel like doing that today. That's it. That resistance that make you go, yeah, I'm not going to the gym. Yeah. That resistance when you feel the urge to make up an excuse, and then you got to plan out the excuse, and then you got to make sure the excuse makes sense to yourself, and then you got to give the excuse to the other person. All you're doing is excusing your blessings. That's why it's called an excuse. Doesn't make you a liar because you had an excuse. A lot of people get offended so quickly. Oh, well, it's a real excuse. It's not a lie. Well, nobody said it was a lie. It's just said it was an excuse. It's just something that's excusing you. Can y'all hear me clearly? Let me know in the chat. All right, cool. So it's just something that you're excusing. You're just excusing something to excuse you from acquiring things. So if you want to keep going on with the excuses, I want you to realize something. Don't complain about the results that you didn't get from the work that you did not do. Make that very clear. If we're looking, everybody here, right, is looking to build a business or get a business. I want you to be very clear on where you're at, because some of us say that we want to get a business, but I'm telling you right now, this is hard. This is not cut for everybody. This is hard. Now, it doesn't mean that it can't work, and it doesn't mean that it's not easy. Things that are easy to do are easy not to do. Am I saying the correct things today? Am I like saying stuff to y'all or not? Because I think that this stuff is normal activity, but in my mind, I see it out in person. It's like, wait, are we really thinking about things? Because if we were, we probably would do things differently. Like, think about this. If your grocery store has a health food section, what does that make the whole store? No, maybe I need to stop or something. I don't know what's going on. Let me take a sip of this Mindset Max out, because maybe I'm tripping or something. Unshare that screen, team. Think about that. The health food store for most of us are like, the health food section is repulsive to most of us. Healthy food is repulsive to most of us. But what does that make the rest of the store? Like, think about it. So we typically don't think in ways that help us, because we're trained to be against what's for us and for what's against us. I don't know if y'all hear me today. I don't think they hear me, Sunshine. I should close up shop today, right?
Nope, not an option.
Okay, all right, I got you. I'll keep it going. So as I continue to read, it says, this hit me one night when I was lying in the bed wondering what that little voice inside me kept trying to tell me. first as whispers, then as screams ringing in my ears. It was dark that night, and all I was thinking was about all of my blessings. I was grateful, had gratitude. But seriously, life was good. But what was my problem? So your life may be good right now, but really, what's the problem? Let's really look at it. And I was asking myself, and I just wasn't satisfied with what I had. Yes, every time somebody would ask me, "How are you feeling? How are you? What's going on?" I'm good. I'm good. Is that you? Let me know if that's you. Every time somebody asks you how you doing, how you feeling, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. And you look good to everybody, and everybody compliments you, and you look good, and you smell good, and you're this and you're that, and it's just like yes. But deep down inside, you wonder why you're not satisfied. Deep down inside, you're not satisfied. Let me know in the chat if that's you, because I just don't want to be standing here talking like this, and if this is not connecting to you, because we go different direction. But then it hit me that being good was no longer good enough. See, I wanted to be great. I wanted to have a great life, and I knew for sure that I deserved it. That's probably you right now. It's probably you right now. You're probably sitting there like, oh man, I know everything is good. I'm above a lot of my friends and family. They think they come to me. I'm the family bank. People come to me for this, come to that. I'm the family therapist. People come to me. Yes, that's what they do because you're the best of the best. That's what they do. That's what they do. But I want you to think about it. I stopped feeling badly for wanting to pivot my life into something more because I kept feeling guilty. I kept feeling guilty, like, oh man, I don't know if I want to like really take this to the next level. I used to cry in the bathroom because I knew I wasn't producing. I was crying at the job. I remember I told you I worked at the corporate jobs, so I was doing graphics for Netflix and Roku. And I was in the bathroom just crying and looking in the mirror because I was being selfish. I was taking care of me, but my sister over there got 2 other children. She's struggling. Oh man, what the hell? Like, what could I do for her? Oh, I got my brothers over here. They need my help. Okay, then I gotta go help my brothers build. Like, what's going on over here? I got too many people depending on me. But all I'm doing is just being comfortable at the job. No disrespect. A job is a good place. It's a stepping stone. But when you stay stoned, you get stepped upon. Y'all know those people who be staying stoned, man. Like, I know why they call it a love seat. I know why they call it a love seat, man. That's how y'all be, right? I know I need to get out of this job, man. One day I'm gonna be great, you know. One day I got a super plan how I'm gonna get out of this job. But when you stay stoned, you get stepped upon. So you might start with a job, but you don't end with the job. So it got into my mindset, and I knew I wanted more. And I finally realized that I was so busy being good that I've forgotten about my greatness. I'm gonna close the book on that one. You're so busy being good and you've forgotten about your greatness. You are so busy being good. You are so focused on how people are looking at you. You are so focused on what is happening in the world, how you're showing up on paper. You are so focused on what the family is saying. You are so focused on doing it for the children. You go broke for your children, but would you go rich for them? Would you get rich for them? Yeah, a lot of people say they would. A lot of people say they would, Alashon, to the proof is putting on. My mom, she did that. She did that. If you're doing that, I want you to look in the camera and say, I did that. Right? And if you're doing that, I want you to realize that you are capable of doing that and more. But your environment is what's going to help you before you help your environment. So you're thinking about helping all of your family and friends. You're thinking about helping all of these people. How can you help them if you can't help you? I'm clapping like a girl from Brooklyn, so you know I'm upset up in here. I'm gonna say I'm upset and I'll laugh right afterwards. Yo, look, that's crazy, man. It's crazy. that's just when you're in your element, you don't really be mad about stuff. You just be a little like annoyed, right? Just be a little like, come on, we could do better than that. But I'm in my position. I'm in my purpose, on purpose, but it took my pain and I had to turn it into power. It took some of my darkest days to find my light. It's going to take some of your darkest days to find your light. Stop complaining about it. Get with it. See, the key thing is get with a team. Together, everyone achieves more. We need a team. When Joy presented you the opportunity to get into her mentorship, when Joy said, look, I'm going to give you an extra 6 to 8 weeks with me. Look, I'm going to give you an extra time so that way you could build, get your assets in order and get in alignment for your legacy. How many of you said, damn, I don't really know if I want to do that? Damn, I got to put a one in the chat if that was you. Put a one in the chat that was you. Because I'm gonna tell you something about yourself. You acting like my grandmother, no disrespect. I love you, grandma. Your grandmother's amazing. By the way, the day that my grandmother passed away, I was in New York City that night. That morning they're calling me. Yo, call your sister, call your brother because XYZ. I'm like, what? What's happening? Yo, I get a voicemail. Your grandmother passed away. Damn, how? I just saw her 2 days ago. Just was on the phone with her yesterday while I was at the gym. I rushed down there to Jersey. I get there about 8:15. I go up there to the room. The room is cleared out. I mean, like literally nobody's in there except for they got a new patient, got his name, got everything that they getting ready to do for him. My grandmother out the door already. Cool. I didn't even get to say goodbye to that and that closure. And then immediately I had to go downstairs and get on this accountability leadership call. And I didn't have to. But you know what? It's the quality of person that you are. It's the quality of person is what you stand for. See, some of y'all got these dreams and you got these goals and you got these visions. You got these dreams, these goals, these visions. And you say, you know what, I'm going to do it. And the first thing that gives you resistance, you start to back away and you lose your momentum. My grandmother just passed away. The mother that was like a mother of mine when my mother passed away. So this is my second mom I'm losing. In the same 15 minutes, got to go downstairs. Hey, y'all, what's going on? Y'all the best of the best, top of the top, cream of the crop. Do you see what I'm talking about? Like, this is the level of diligence. This is the level of quality. This is the level of perseverance. This is the level of ingenuity that you need to have when you're on this journey. Because not every setback is a setback. Sometimes you need to sit back so you can step up. That's what that is. Sometimes you need to sit back so you can step up. And then not only that, literally just before that, one of my uncles passed away. And this was like 6 months before that. And then guess what? About 4 months later, my second dad passed away. My dad passes away. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? Like, you're going to have this journey and you're going to have these opportunities where people come and go in your life. That's part of this. One thing I want you to realize, you are running out of time. That's what I want you to see. And I know some people don't like to hear that, but that's why we must become more effective in less time. Because time is the greatest asset, but we give it away for pennies on the dollar. You know that you're worth 50 million, but you settle for 50,000. And you trade your time for it. It's not that you settle for 50,000 and you don't trade your time for it. You trade your time for it and you settle for 50,000. And then you look at somebody else like they're the problem. Somebody put the pin on the chest and say, I'm the problem. Because as we're going for assets, right? And the asset is what brings the income. But what's greater than the asset? What's greater than the asset? What's greater than the asset? The person controlling the asset. If your mind is the greatest tool, if your made up mind is the most powerful tool, you have the keys to your own power. You have the keys to your own greatness. But we give the power away to somebody else and then we get upset at the results that we get. Turn your pain into power, people. Turn your pain into your power so you can walk into your purpose and live in your paradise. Listen, I'm not the most wealthiest man in the world, but I'm pretty damn near wealthy. Okay? Like, listen, if I could take flights for free and travel around the world, if I can go visit different countries and have people cook for me, like this is real, this is documented on my stories. I'm going to the neighborhoods when I go inside of these different countries. I was in San Salvador in the neighborhood. I don't know these people. I got images, I'm telling you right now, they looking up to me and my bros like, yo, y'all, who are y'all? Y'all amazing. We got the pictures to prove all of this. They're cooking us food. I don't know these people. But you know what I think I do know? I think that they're family. I think that if we realize that we are stronger together, if we realize that we are really just family that just doesn't know each other, what's the difference between a best friend and a stranger? The difference is you just got to know somebody. That's all it is. But you want to get to know other people and not get to know you. That's not going to work. So this is what I want to do. Let me share my screen really quick. Because I know we got the best of the best in this room. I know we got the top of the top, the cream of the crop. I already know who you are. But it doesn't matter what I know. It doesn't matter about what I know. Because me knowing that doesn't get you to do anything about it. Okay? Me knowing that doesn't get you to do anything about it. something about finance. How much money do y'all want? Let me know in the chat. I know we went over like your money goals and did a financial physical, but tell me how much money do you want to collect? Because your money is going to be predicated on the people around you. That's why they say your net worth is your net worth. Like this is not like some made up fluff stuff that just sounds good. It's literally what it is, because life is created around frequency, energy. Everything that's living has energy. You have energy. Each and every one of us is a spark of energy. Do not waste your energy. Do not become the person that is the individual who wastes their talent. Don't be that person. Okay. So somebody said 100 million. That's cool, but you really have to feel the energy of 100 million though, right? Like you have to actually believe that you can create 100 million. Can you do that? Can you create 100 million? All right. So when we talk about the foundation of finances, right? You want to say financial fundamentals. Okay, financial fundamentals. So when it comes to getting all this money, like y'all seen all what Ramel did yesterday, right? Just so happy to know that this is my brother, and he wasn't always like that, y'all. By the way, you know, I had to rough him up a couple times to get him to act straight and pull his pants up, and he'll tell you about that. He's not shy to tell you about that story, but you know, sometimes you gotta have a little tough love, and right now I'm gonna give everybody a little tough love, okay? So your higher self, everybody's looking to have their higher self. That's really what we're out, right? To get. But you don't have to go get it because your higher self is already within you. It's the way that you choose to act. It's the way that you choose to be. When it comes to getting to the bag, you already know there's so many people who have gotten to the bag before. Let's make this like a little bag, like a shopping bag, I guess. There's so many people who have gotten to the bag and lost it all. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Let me know if I'm making this up. There's so many people that have gotten to the bag and lost it all. So the first thing you want to make sure inside the financial fundamentals is your environment is fit to have the bag and keep the bag. As I mentioned before, your current circumstances are the result of the circle that you're standing in. So some of you have to change your circle. The fact that you paid for VIP, you instantly got around a different group of people. You upgraded your circle. Your life is different already. If you feel like that, put I'm different in the chat. If you feel like that, put I'm different in the chat. If like last night's call was different, put I'm different in the chat. I'm telling you right now, it works in real time. You can't help but to feel it because it's a feeling. This is not about money, and all of this is based upon frequency, energy. It's a feeling. We went over that. Now I want you to realize that your environment is crucial. Like when we say audit your attention, whomever has your attention has your ascension. Whatever you tune into, you turn into. So if you hang around 5 broke people, you're going to be one of the 6, the next broke person. You hang around 6 rich people, you're going to be like, so come get around me and my rich friends. That's what we're saying. That's what Joy, that's what all the presenters were saying. Hey, get around people who can help you elevate, because that is what's going to happen. But when you get in the room, you got to stay in the room. And you stay close to the fire so you don't get cold, because a lot of us, we get warmed up on these calls, we're getting excited, we get hyped up, but we don't really stay committed to it, right? So the other thing to understand in this is, if you feel resistance to you making a lot of money right now, you feel resistance in some way like, I don't really know, I don't think I'm capable of truly getting that amount of money. I don't really know. If you're doubting yourself, the way to remove resistance is through persistence. So when we think about environment, there's a root word in there, and one of the root words is multiple root words, but one of the root word in there is iron, right? Iron is a mineral. Iron, what's iron associated with? What's iron associated with? Let me know in the chat while we get that. What's mint associated with? So we know what's iron associated with. Let me know in the chat. So iron is associated with strength, energy, force. You think about an iron man, an iron woman, resilience, resistance, persistence, power. And mint is basically the mind. So you must have a strong mind. See, but environment is an enclosure that creates a strong mind or a strong being or someone amazing. And if your environment isn't doing this, you have to lead that environment, because I'm gonna be honest, when I was on the road, man, I felt so bad because I'm a plant daddy. They call me Plantito. They call me Plantito in the streets, right? So I'm thinking like, oh man, I'm leaving my babies by themselves. I got nobody tending to the kid. I get home and you know what happened, right? Because I done extended myself for an extra week and I forgot about my children. And they were in a bad environment and they ended up, dying. All right. So just please understand that might be you. That might be your dreams. You share your big dreams with small minds. Chances are your big dreams are going to die. So when you see yourself getting through what you're going through, that's you having this strong mind. So it doesn't matter what you're dealing with. See yourself getting through what you're going through. You have to see yourself there already. Your environment should be coaching you, cheering you on, right? Screaming your name, because you should see it before you get there. You are already a millionaire, right? You're already a millionaire. The second thing when it comes to the financial fundamentals is your perspective. Perspective. When you look at the root word in perspective, what do we see? We see perspective. Each look. So each speculation, each time. So every day is a new thing, but a lot of times we're living with absolutisms, right? A lot of times we're living with absolutisms. Like, let's cut out the absolutisms. You always doing that. You never there. We use words like that, right? Oh, I'm not good enough. So cut out absolutisms. There's no one-sided anything. When you see negatives, let's start to see negatives as notifications. All right, yeah, she got on your nerves, just notification. It's not a negative. She's not the end of the world. Okay, oh, he made you upset, or it's not the end of the world. It's just a notification. What must happen? There's a thing that you can do. So we came here to break generational curses, right? We came here to stop generational traumas. We came here to put an end to the generational worry and put us on an alignment of generational wealth. Let me know if I'm making this up or not. I think somebody in here became part of this challenge because they wanted to become the first millionaire in their family. Like, I don't think they came here to settle, because in a perspectives, right? Anything that settles. Oh man, handwriting looking crazy. Y'all can finish my statement off though. Anything that settles ends up at the bottom. So if we wonder why we haven't gotten what we truly want to get, is because we're settling for things that we shouldn't settle for. And now we're ending up at the bottom. Right? And that's not the life that we want. We're the top of the top, best of the best, cream of the crop, right? So third on his list. Wait, before I even get to that, I just want to point this out. So if you came here to be the first millionaire in the family, and you understand this, if next year is going to be your best year, or if this year is going to be your best year, you need to have put work in last year. So if you wasn't putting the work in last year, just understand this year won't be your best year, but you can set up the next year to be your best year. So I want accountability and discipline and consistency for this year going forward. If we can commit to that, put our commit to it. See, we all know about income. So the third on the list is income. We all know about income, but most of us forget about this little puppy. And this one is outgo. Ask me how I know. Okay. You get a lot of money, you start spending a lot of money. And then you wondering where the money went. You spent it, my brother. So rule of thumb is always have more money coming in than going out. So you want twice as much money coming in than out. And we already know this, but knowing means nothing, right? So we must go through our finances and do our cash flow recovery. So you must eliminate unnecessary expenses. Like going forward as this new person, you must eliminate unnecessary expenses because it's eating into your wealth. Like, is it worth buying all of these toys for Christmas? And then the kids just break them up on January 1st and you're stepping on them, hurting your feet? I know that because I used to leave the toys around. My grandmother like, put them toys up. All right. Sorry, grandma. Put them toys up. I ain't mean to hurt your bunions. So slow down on how much you spend unnecessarily. So you need to decrease your expenses. All right. So the idea is to slow down on how much you're spending, slow down on how much you're lending out to family and friends because you're giving it to the black hole, which is that cousin. You know Tyrone ain't paying you back, even though every time he sees you, he'll tell you, I ain't forget about you, cuz. I know y'all got some people like that, right? I ain't forget about you. Yeah, but it seems like you don't remember me neither. Cool. So it's about the character. So who is that person? Like you have to be a good judge of character. A lot of people say, I don't want to be judged. Then come on, let's step into the real world here. You have to judge, and you judge every day. When you're in the car, you judge. All right, should I make this left turn? Should I stop? Should I slow down? When you're eating, you're judge. Okay, is this good for me for the week? I don't know. Like, all right, when you're dating, you judge. I don't know about this person. They all about the money. Like, you judge. Okay, so get that out your mind. Judging is very important. Your character. Like, how many of you been tried and tested this year? How many of you feel like the devil's been knocking? It's been working hard at this all year. Devil been knocking at your door. Like you've been going through a lot. You've been experiencing life not going according to plan. You take 3 steps forward, something happened. Now you get 1, 2 steps backwards. See, what the devil or the enemy meant for evil, God makes for good. So somebody put in the chat, God has something special for me. Somebody put into the chat, my big bag is coming. Somebody put into the chat, my small business is a big business. See, as I mentioned before, God is going to allow things to work in your favor, but you have to work for you. So if you feel like you gave up your last to be here, oh, you sitting on your last because you know Joey made this offer for you, like I don't really know. How much do you believe in you? See, because you didn't give up your last, the enemy wants you to feel like you gave up your last. But God wants you to be motivated by giving up what you think is your last because it's going to put you to get you a lot more. So now you have your first opportunity to really be the person that you said that was going to break generational curses. That's about your character. We all say, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. If that was me, I would have done this. If that was me, I'll do this. Slavery, slavery back in the day, man, I couldn't take that. I would have been dead already. I'd have to slap somebody. That's what people say. I would have to slap somebody already. Yeah, but what about now? Because you're being enslaved in the mind. What about that? You still in slavery? What are you doing about it? Yes, master. Oops, my bad. Yes, boss, I'm clocking in at 9. Oops, wait, did I offend somebody? Because hopefully I didn't. So who you are being, right? You want to get paid to be you. See, the information, as I mentioned before, is so valuable because mentors cost, but mistakes cost more. Which one are you willing to pay for? See, you might have thought that was your last, or you might think that you have only your last, but it's not your last. This is setting you up so you have your first day of your new beginning. Somebody in the chat put, this is day 1 of my new me. This is day 1 of new me. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. This is day 1 of the new me. Because this is a new era of you. I'm telling you right now, what Joy has been doing for you this week, just answering those questions alone, like, let's be honest here. Value. $200, don't even scoff at it. Let's be real here. Value. Okay. Last part of this whole thing, and this is very important. This is about focus. I'm focused, man. A lot of us stop and start. So we do have focus at times, and a lot of us, we get focused when our backs are against the wall. And I know that's you. I know it's you. When your back is against the wall, you get focused. What does focus stand for? Like, you're going to be so focused going forward, once you make that commitment to make up your mind, you put your money down, right? Because your money is going to motivate you and move you. So it's okay. You put your money down, you go, all right, now I got to lock in. You're going to be so focused that they're going to have to rip you out the plastic because you're going to be acting brand new. Like, that's just a fact. Like, you think I act the same? Like, money doesn't change you. Your perspective and your character changes you, right? It changes you. And when you start to realize obstacles popping up, these obstacles are just preparation for my destination. So when you think about focus, what does focus stand for? Oh, that's going to be a lot to write down. All right, fulfilling obligations consistently until successful. Fulfilling obligations consistently until successful. Somebody write that down in the chat so everybody can get that. So if you don't fulfill your obligation until it's successful, you wasn't focused enough. And we always wonder why the money is not showing up, because we're not focused enough. And a lot of times we are focused, but we focused on doing the wrong things. See, we focused on what went wrong. We're focused on why things didn't go according to plan, because nothing goes according to plan. It only goes according to vision. Life doesn't go according to plan. It only goes according to vision. Like whatever you thought that was that setback was a step up for your greatest setup. Like it really was. And if you can't see it, nobody else can see it for you. So I want you to give yourself permission to grow. I want you to give yourself permission to create the reality you dreamed of. Because most people are showing you what's possible, but today and every day since Sunday, we've been showing you what was plausible, right? We've been showing you how to rewire your mind about wealth. We've been showing you how to help build your attractive character. We help you renovate, innovate, collaborate, to use your imagination. We have you in an environment with team camaraderie, with energy. You're posting, you're thriving, you're having success. These small wins lead to the biggest gains. Your higher self already exists, but you have to exit from the lower version of which you are standing on. Some of us are already at this level. A lot of us are, and this is just reinforcement. No matter which level you get to in life, you're going to still need to have reinforcement of this information. So the financial fundamentals, once again, your environment is going to be key. Your perspective is going to be the thing that allows you to use the key. Because if you don't know your environment, you can't be aware of people who are not serving you. Chances are you're not going to be aware of how to create deals. You're not going to be aware of how to create partnerships and anything else going forward. Okay. So your higher self is already here, but you must watch your income versus your outgo. A lot of people think about wealth is just about getting money, but it's also about the money that you keep, right? It's not just about the money that you make. It's about the money that you keep. And the character is going to be the highest thing on this chart, because you can be in the right environment. You can have a good perspective. You can have a lot of income. You have a lot of outgo, a small outgo, but your character sucks. Nobody wants to be around you. You become miserable, lonely, commit suicide. These things happen. I'm not putting that on anybody here. I'm just saying these things happen. And then the focus. If we don't have the focus to bring it all together, because a lot of times we think that we're handed a silver platter and it's just going to work. Our role is to bring everything together. Like you got to be the puppeteer. You got to be the one that put the pieces together. You have to be the maestro. You have to be the one that is the CEO, the one that creates the idea, the one that puts the pieces together. And if you're not there yet, you still can work in those 4 levels of value. Okay, there's 4 levels of that value system. And in those value system, it's going to show you your ladder and what do you need to do to get to that next level. So with that being said, let's close this out. Stop sharing the screen, do the guided meditation, and then we end the call. Some of y'all got those applications. Who I know we filled out the applications. I know we got in. Who joined yesterday and who was on the fence? Let me know in the chat. Who joined and who was on the fence? Put a 1 in the chat if you joined, put a 2 if you was on the fence. I know I get it. Some of us, circumstances will be circumstances. We don't have the money. We don't have the money. Like you can't snap your finger and money appear. Like we know that. But are you doing, some people who put 2, are you doing everything you could do to get in? Are you booking a call with the team, or like what's going on? Yeah, somebody said not on the fence, just finances. Yes, that will happen. Finances will be something that is major. But the information that you have right now can literally save you hours and years of time and effort. So if you haven't booked the call, make sure you book the call, get on the call, at least put your deposit down. At least put your deposit down. At least put your deposit down, because at least you're showing up for yourself and you're saying, you know what? I'm betting on me. Because you might want to bet on your boss man. It's cool, but your boss man is also betting on themselves too. Your boss man is saying to them, they're like, well, you know what? Well, I'm betting on me. And if you look at your boss man like, I'm only going to bet on my boss man, something could happen to boss man, now you out of a job. Something could happen in the US policy and now you're out of a job. We already witnessed it, we seen it, we saw it, we know what could happen, right? So let's get ready to close up. Let's do a guided meditation really fast. Let's do 5 more minutes. Y'all want 5 more minutes of the guided meditation? 5 more minutes, let me know. If y'all don't got time for the guided meditation, we're not doing it. I'm only doing this stuff on behalf of you all, you know? Because when I turn this off, I can do the guided meditation all day, okay, for me. So we're not going to be able to have the sound. So we're going to do a short one, and we're going to go into a softer one, right? So it'll be a different guided meditation. I want to say I'm proud of each and every one of you, though, because when you look around, look at all of these beautiful people that's inside the room, we didn't have to be here. We could have been somewhere else, but we all decided to be here, growing our minds, growing our businesses, and getting better with just being higher spiritual individuals, because this is all spiritual work. So shout out to you. All right. So guided meditation, here we go. If you can, I invite you to close your eyes. I invite you to breathe. Inhale deeply into your lungs at capacity. And then I want you to slowly release. As you close your eyes, I want you to see everything that was in your eyesight before you closed your eyes. That device, the person on the screen, the walls around the room that you're in, the environment that you are in. And I want you to imagine all of those things disappearing one by one. Notice how you can see with your eyes closed, because you don't see with your eyes, you see with your mind's eye. Your eyes are just for looking. Your mind is for seeing. So see yourself in this space of all white. We call this the quantum realm, the space of nothingness. Inside of this space of nothingness is where everything is created. Everything is created from the mind first, from the problems that we have to the solutions that we create. As we see that this space of nothingness is free and safe, we feel cool, we can relax, breathe. Breathe. Feel relaxed, feel safe. In this space, you look into the distance, there is a light. I want you to notice the color, because the color of that light is the color of your aura, color of your energy, which is why you're seeing that color. And I want you to take note, the color will change. But from right now, notice the color. As you walk closer to the color, it gets brighter and brighter until you go through the color. When you go through the color on the other side, is the place that you imagine, whether it's your dream home, your dream vacation, your dream destination, your safe haven. It's that place. In that space, you're looking around. You're seeing everything that you could ever have. And I want you to just breathe. Someone comes over to you, put their hand on your shoulder. As you slowly turn around, you look and you notice this is your higher self. As your higher self is talking to you, what is that conversation like? What is the download that you receive? Breathe. As you are engaged in this conversation, there's a feeling of inspiration that you receive. Your higher self is going to show you that everything that's happening in your life is not happening to you, it is happening through you. Your higher self takes you on this magical ride. As you ascend, you start flying in the air. As you two are flying in the air, your higher self is taking you back to moments and times in your life to where you thought things weren't going to work out, but they did. And your higher self is showing you exactly why they did. It's because you did something about it. Now, just take a moment to look and revisit the things that you've done to get yourself into the greatest solution in that moment of trouble or problem. Breathe. Notice how your mind is wandering and coming up with solutions and ideas. As you see the results of your work, your higher self is taking you to places where people are who you've inspired. And you're seeing all of these faces that you didn't even know that you inspired, but your higher self is getting ready to reveal them to you. Watch how this plays on the mental screen of your mind. As the higher self reveals these people to you, you feel some sort of emotion. What emotion are you feeling? Breathe. These people that you are impacting, you may not have known it because they probably didn't say it. They probably didn't have the words to say it, but you saw the actions. They listened to you. They believed in you. They supported you. Now, your higher self is taking you and showing you a moment in time where you were on the fence, a moment in time where you was indecisive, but you know what? You made a choice. And the choice that you made ended up working out for you for the best because your mind is the one that created this. You're the one that created this. You are the creator of your reality. Which situation was it? What ultimately made you make the choice to go from indecisive to decisive? Notice that the greatest tool in the world is the mind, but the most powerful tool in the world is the made up mind. When you made up your mind, everything started working in your favor. But before that, it was anxiety, it was discussion, it was apprehension, scarcity, uncertainty. But now we have validity. As you're flying around, your older self, your higher self brings you down, and there's a crowd of people cheering your name. There's a crowd of people screaming your name, clapping for you, snapping for you, people who you didn't think that believed in you because all they ever said was things that you thought was negative, but that was just how they knew how to express themselves. They didn't know any other way. But now you see a different way. You're hearing them clap for you, you're hearing them and you're seeing them smile. They're calling your name. As you're walking through the street of people, they're shaking your hand, they're patting you on the back, they're saying, yeah, you did that. You did that. You've overcame every obstacle that was in your life. You did that. The people that you lost are standing around there also. You see their faces, you see the loved ones that you lost. smiling, saying, I knew you would be great. You are great. You always were. I love you. I'm still here with you. You see one of those loved ones that their passing just impacted you tremendously. I want you to go talk to that person and just give them a hug and just listen to what they have to say to you, because there's a message for you. Breathe. What is that message? A message of hope, a message of you can, encouragement, love, gratitude, praise, abundance. That person is there with you, within your spirit. You can still see them and feel them. Think about think about the imagination, how powerful this is. Wow. They're really there in front of you. As you stand on that stage, they aid you to stand on this stage. You get on the stage, you turn around, you're looking at everybody, and they're just quiet, and they're waiting for you to make a speech. What is your speech? What is your declaration? What is your commitment going forward? And your higher self is just standing there in the crowd, smiling at you. Look at you. You did that. You're standing on a stage of accomplishment, of overcoming obstacle. You're standing on a stage of seeing difficulty differently. You're standing on the stage of overcoming abuse, overcoming weight issues. You're standing on the stage. You are standing on the stage of your life where everything you do matters. As you finish your statement, and you let everybody know what you are out to accomplish and what you are destined to become. There's people in the past, in the back, there are ancestors that you don't even know. That if it wasn't for them, you wouldn't even be here. And they're standing here looking at you like, wow, if I was you, I would feel amazing. In other words, there's other people praying for your problems. In other words, there's other people that would trade their lives for yours. In other words, you are somebody amazing. In other words, you are sensational. As everybody's applauding you and they're hugging on you and everybody rushed the stage and they're hugging on you and they're screaming, you're hearing your name and you can hear it. You can't even hear your own thoughts. And then it gets quiet. You look up and you're seeing your higher self standing there looking at you. As you take the form of your higher self and you're looking at your current self morphs into your younger self. So you're staring from your higher self's point of view, looking at your younger self. And now, what is that? You're not even saying words. You're just looking at each other. And there's some sort of emotion there. What is that? As that person morphs back, that person that you're staring at as the younger self, they morph back into the current self. And then they morph back into that younger self. And then they return to that current state. There's something in there for you in that moment. There's a shift in that moment. But it's something there's something inside of you that was there all along. And you've known it. It's no longer time for you to be the best kept secret. It's time for you to be the person that people know as powerful, the generational curse breaker, money maker, earth shaker. When you walk into different rooms, you leave the room with energy and love. You are charismatic. You are somebody that people appreciate. As you all embrace into a hug, they all disappear and you're back in the space of nothingness. What's the color that you see now? What's that color you see now? Breathe. Breathe. As I invite you to start to see everything populating back into your space one by one, the device that you were on, the room that you're in, the environment that you're surrounded by, I invite you and encourage you to come back to this call as the guided meditation has now concluded. You can stay in that space as long as you need to. But for those of you who are ready to come back, I welcome you all back. If that was powerful for you in any way, let me know. If you felt emotional in any way, I only want the people who are emotional, only want those people. If you want to raise your hand and come up and share, somebody else might get something from your share. In fact, you will get something from your share. Shout out to all the people who've actually done it, those who may have seen it and then, was scared to try it. What are you on the fence about? Sunshine, who do we have?
Queen Tabitha, come talk to us, love.
What's going on, Tabitha?
What's good? You know, that was this entire week. I can't even talk. You know, one of the very first things you said was, I get to wake up every day and inspire people. And it brought me back to a time I completely forgot that I used to really want to be a speaker, really motivate people. But God, so lost in all the nonsense. I got so lost in this huge feeling my entire life that really everybody was against me. And so this is, for some crazy reason, I really thought my grandma didn't like me. And so this was just about me and my grandma talking. It's crazy, right? Because when she was dying, I was the one she was talking about. I was on my way to see her, and she said, "Man, I'm gonna miss Tabitha." She's home, my mom. It was Thursday. I'm gonna miss Tabitha so much. I got on the phone. I said, "Grandma, we'll see you in 2 days. What do you mean you're gonna miss me so much?" And then I got a phone call from hospice that her respirations had slowed and her heart rate had slowed. I'm an ICU nurse, and I'm like, how did I not know what that meant when she said that? Like, I see this happen every day. I should have known. And that touched me a little bit. But today, having the conversation with my grandma, just to clear that up, has meant so much to me.
I want you to take your time. Take your time and be there. Hold on. Don't rush it. Take your time and enjoy that, because that's a beautiful moment. But take it and enjoy that for a moment. Don't rush. And if anybody has to go, I do understand. We don't want to hold your time. Once we finish with the whiteboard, that was it. Everybody was good to go. Guided meditation, this is just extra to release some things that we may need to release. So please, if you do have to go based upon time constraints, please go. Don't feel like we're holding you back. This is just a space we want to support somebody right at this moment. So y'all all free to go if y'all need to. Tabitha, you can continue when you're ready.
And as good as I really think, as good as I think I am, I have justified holding myself back. Like, I'll not answer a question, even though I know the answer. I'll not answer the question to let other people, because everybody thinks she's a know-it-all. She always has the answer. And this morning, this is the biggest change for me in all of this is I have really regretted so much in life. I said it on a reel that I did on Joy's page. Like, I've just lived in this place of regret. Like, I've missed out. I was 16 when I graduated from high school. I started pre-med. I was in college at 16. And then I had this car accident where I broke all 3 bones in my left leg, my right ankle, my right elbow. I had to get reconstructive surgery on my face. And I got depressed, right? Because it threw me off my schedule. And ever since, I've just been like, I'm behind the 8 ball. Like, I'm missing it. Like, I'm behind. How do I catch up? And every single day with this call, every single day has been something to show me, well, if that wouldn't happen, I wouldn't have had that thought already. I'm exactly where I need to be. I'm not behind on anything. And that has been the most freeing thing for me. Like, that's been a thing that has held me back so much because I felt like I could just never catch up. How do you catch up? I'm 48. How do you catch up? So this time has been the most amazing to put me in a place to know, not to feel, to know that I'm not behind. To know that it's time. That first line, that I'm my life's most valuable participant. You don't know how much I've said that to myself. Like, why are you not participating? Why are you stepping back? It's what I was talking about on my way here. And then you start talking about, you said something about, oh, it's time to be the star in your show. The first thing, I started writing notes before you came on. It's the very first thing I have written down on my paper. I know I'm exactly where I need to be. I hate that I wasn't the first one to sign up. You know why? Because yesterday I counted myself out. I woke up this morning like, you didn't even try. She said an amount. You didn't even try because you don't have that exact amount. You didn't even think that there were other options. So it's been so freeing just to know that I just need to, I got to start showing up for myself. Because if I would have tried, I would have been the first damn person to sign up. I've been ready. I said, as long as I can get a payment, I don't care if this is $50,000. As long as I can work it out, I'm doing this. But then I didn't even try because I was like, oh, I don't have that right there. And she didn't explicitly say there's a payment, so I didn't even look. This morning I woke up and said, girl, what is wrong with you? Like, it just hit me. This has been, I don't even have words for what it's been.
Absolutely. Real quick, Sunshine, you have a moment? I just want to let Sunshine pour a little bit into you, just for a quick little moment, if she can. Come off of mute really fast.
So, Queen Tabitha, I already told y'all, like, I'm a whole empath, so you brought me to tears with what you were saying. And the grandma thing, it was a message for me. And I've been getting notifications to call my grandmother for about 2 weeks now. And I keep being busy. You're not supposed to ever be too busy. My grandmother's 92.
My grandma was 93.
She'll be 93 on the 27th of this month. And so all of this messaging, right? We don't even know sometimes who we're speaking to. I am so grateful that God dropped that notification to you overnight. Because sometimes it's not about being first. It's just about being in the room. I am so thankful that you have gotten to the point that you've been aligned to understand that you're not behind the 8 ball. You are definitely the star of your movie. And that accident, I want you to take some time out to meditate. And I want you to go back to what was going on in your life when that took place. Every aspect of your life. Right. Because sometimes we don't pay attention to the things that take place and how it aligned you, because it made you kind of detour. And it frustrated you and made you feel like it took you off track. But did you ever stop to think that maybe had you stayed on the path you was on, maybe something else, you may not even be here.
Yeah.
And so I'm grateful for your life. I'm grateful for the alignment of you. I'm grateful that you got to be in this room with us. I'm grateful that you're open to receive this. And I'm grateful that your life is about to change and you're ready to receive it. And that, my darling, is the biggest gift because you have allowed yourself to be present.
Look, I want y'all to send some love in the chat. for Tabitha, also Sunshine. Just send some love in the chat for yourselves. Thank you, Sunshine, for that. That was a great word. Tabitha, I want you to take away this. Feel empowered because you get this one opportunity. You got one opportunity. And like if we had more time, I would have had you do some work with me on live right here. But we don't have enough time. But what I want you to really do is I want you to do some mirror work. I want you to go in the mirror and I want you to look at yourself. And I just want you to have a conversation with yourself. I'm not going to tell you exactly what to say, but I just want you to take that. So go and look in the mirror and talk to Tabitha for a little bit and just really pour some things out because you have some things that's hidden. And I understand a lot of things that we had to learn to survive. We still carry with us. Those things I need you to let go. Like one of the things that you kind of mentioned is just not wanting to say the answers because people think that you know it all. I think maybe sometimes we need to get from around the people who don't know enough. Like it's not about being the smartest person in the room because then you don't want to be that person. But
No.
you don't want to be the person that has to dim their light so other people don't have to shine theirs. Wait a minute, hold up. Listen to what I just said. You don't want to have to be the one to dim your light so other people don't have to shine theirs. You ever been driving and somebody got their high beams on? In order for you to see, you have to turn your lights on. You have to put them high beams on yourself. And some people don't want to do that. Some people want to stay dimmed in the dark and allow them to stay there. But you move forward, okay? Everybody send some love in the chat. I'm proud of you, Tabitha. Let's go. Let's go. Good job. Good job. Who do we have coming up next? What time is it? We're going to have to close up shortly. Where's my clock at?
Queen Sharonda.
Sharonda, what's going on, Sharonda?
I read my manifestation in a previous call. I think what I'm realizing is that it's here. And if I allow what I've been conditioned to believe in survival to win, I will stop seeing that it's actually here in this moment. God gave me a vision. I'm a psychiatrist by training. God gave me a vision last year of like how to stop generational trauma. Like he gave it to me so crystal clear. And it's so big that the weight and responsibility of it just feels like, ooh, it's scary. But the call is like, it's so needed. Like all of the words that you said, like if I go and look at what I posted this week about obedience, like survival teaches you to obey, but thriving demands you are curious. Like these words I wrote on my own page this week. And you are saying the same words to me in this call. And I think that's what God does, right? Like he gives it to you first. Like he gives it to you first and he confirms it through other people. But a lot of times we don't sit with ourselves to get it. We go to the other people, so we get confused. The order has to change, right? Like we have to sit with ourselves to get it first. And then it's confirmed by the other people. God's really been telling me, Sharonda, like oppression is there. I just have to make sure that I don't oppress myself, right? Like I can't control that this is an oppressive society. Like I just have to make sure that I don't oppress myself by staying in survival mode, right? And you gave me the permission. You gave me the permission in this call to like actually take accountability for my resistance. When survival mode tried to show up and like talk me out of what I already know that I need to do. where are you going to go? Are you going to survive? Or are you going to thrive? You say you want to thrive. If that's true, like your actions actually have to be consistent with what you say, because otherwise you're just putting out stuff. I want to be in integrity. Like if I'm trying to get people to thrive, I have to consciously in all moments stay out of survival mode. I have to recognize it when it shows up and be like, no, I resist, I rebel. This is my greatest act of rebellion, right? Like this is how we resist, is that we recognize when survival mode tries to show up. I say, no, not today. I'm choosing consciously to survive and thrive, right? Like to get out of survival. And so I just bless you and thank you. And I'm so grateful for this opportunity, because it just shows like how important it is to be in rooms with people who aren't in survival mode. Like if you are constantly surrounded by people who are in survival mode, that's all that they will be able to communicate with you. And so I'm so grateful for this space. I'm so grateful for this opportunity. I'm so grateful that God has confirmed everything, that even though it feels too much, that now there's so many resources available for his will to come to fruition. Like when I was living in survival mode, hyper independence has been one of the most toxic traits that I had. And it was hard because I was trying to do it all on my own. And when I tell you, I have had to ask for so much help this month. I've had to build the capacity to ask for help in such a way, because that is what thriving requires, right? So survival told me I had to do everything on my own. That's why it was hard. It was rough. It was killing me. Thriving demands that I ask for help, because there's no possible way that the vision that has been implanted for you can be materialized in this world if you try to do it all on your own. And I'm so grateful for this. I'm so grateful. There's no way that I could ever like say that enough of what that means.
And we appreciate you 100%. And once again, this is, as much as you praise me and praise the call and everything that Joy has put together, I want you to praise yourself and realize how much that took out of you to be able to get to this point. Yeah. But remember, write this down, write your breakthroughs down, so that way you don't keep repeating them. Sometimes we get breakthroughs and then we forget about it, and then we repeat the same stuff going on, and we realize 10 years later, like, oh damn, I'm still in the same place, kind of. So right, document what you are doing, and that way what will happen is that it will be in your mind, and it will be part of your being and part of the way that you live, and you'll see faster results in all of this, and you will thrive. In other words, everybody, remove yourself from being a victim. So the way to get out of survival is to remove yourself from the ideology that you're victimized. When you stop saying I'm the victim, you become the victor, and then that's how you get the victory. Everybody send some love in the chat for Sharonda. Thank you, Sharonda. We appreciate you 100%. All right, so we do have a time constraint, so I have to get to these two hands, and that's it. I can't get to anybody else. I did see somebody else put their hand up, but I'll stop at the last person, these two individuals. Sunshine, who's coming up first?
This is Queen Monique. I'm so touched, love.
This is
Monique.
My first time.
What's up, Monique?
I'm doing good. This is my first time attending the accountability call. I wish I would have been in previous accountability, but I was at work, so I'm working now. So I decided to, skip work. But don't worry, it's a video playing. They won't know. All right. So it's a lot of things that resonated with me today. It has mostly to do with my job. So when you went on the little whiteboard and you start labeling the numbers and start listing things and start giving us examples, everything resonated to me. I'm working at a place where I can coach everyone, but no one can coach me. And if it is someone that can coach me, she's not willing to pass that torch. She's just not. So I work in a nonprofit organization, and I've been doing this type of work for about 5 years. So if I was to keep a job, my goal is to become a director. It has to be a program director or an executive director, either or. So we do have 3 directors, but they don't like to really give advice. They don't really like to tell you how to do your job. They just want you to do your job. And then when you mess up, it's like they're sharks and they're just coming for people. So that's one thing that resonated. And 2, being here, I took this job because I thought I needed more experience as a job developer, learning more about workforce development. But then I realized everybody needs to learn something from me, even people who's been doing this work for 20 years. So it's just been a lot of like jealousy, devilish things that's been going on in there. Like, for example, I remember I had a meeting with my director this week, and she's playing Christian music. And the only thing I'm thinking about is the devil is sitting right in front of me. So like she's like a vampire killer. If you guys know what that is, someone who's like goes around picking on people and like killing people's energies. So if there's something positive going on at work, she's gonna purposely find things to just pick at people. Oh, you're not doing this. What's going on with this? I told you to do that. Why you haven't done this? We can have an event, and she's going one by one in every department, picking on people. So. And then on top of that, she doesn't really give any trainings. No one knows how to do their job. But I know how a lot of grants work and how to do a lot of things. But when I voice my opinion, you're a job developer. You're not a manager. Do your job. Stick to your job. So we lost several grants, by the way, and we're still losing. So the other thing that resonated with me is I've been speaking to a lot of people, meeting a lot of people since last week. And then I met great people today. I met Joy, and everyone's been giving a lot of like great advice. And then I noticed that the way you guys teach and the way you guys talk, that's how I talk to my clients. And the only thing I always ask for is if I meet people that's willing to help me, they have to like portray something, like they have to have a specific characteristic that reminds me of myself. And that's what I've been seeing ever since I've like attended this.
Wait, hold on.
class.
I want to ask you a question because
Yeah.
there's something that's so much deeper that's poking at me, and it's been poking at me since you first made like 2 statements. What's that emotion that's there? Like, what's the emotion that you're on the break of, either like holding back or releasing? What is that you're feeling right now?
I am made to be a boss. I am made to be a leader. And then I put myself in positions that holds me back. And I'm forgiving myself of that. But then I'm trying to take the lessons in so I can be a better version of myself. But it's hard, if that makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense, and I want to send you a lot of love, and I want you to know that it's not in vain, right? It's not in the lie what you've been doing. It's not that you've been actually putting yourself in a worse position. It's just now you need to do something with the positions you put yourself in. So one of my buddies in the past, he used to go from job to job collecting badges. These badges are certificates. These badges are roles. These badges are placements, like you meant, like director. So you must put yourself in these places. So now all of these titles that you have acquired can give you the opportunity to be a director, but elsewhere. It may not be at this job, but all of these titles and all of these expertise that you have acquired, these badges, are now placed on your resume, where you can now go and get a new position of power that where people love what your skill set is and love what you do, because some of us grow out of the positions that we get ourselves into. So for you, that's just sort of similar to the case where you have acquired these expertise that's not being nurtured and being developed into a way that is a higher calling for you. All that means is that it's time for you to show what you've done in the past to move to a new opportunity. And the thing about this call, that what's going to be stalled upon you, is have the confidence to know that it's okay to walk away, because you are betting on you and your skill set. So you know that whatever that was happening in the past, that is not going to hold you back. That whatever she was saying, whatever he was doing, that's cool. But look how you've developed and now what you've been able to take and put into a new position. So one of the things too, I would love for everybody to relate to is, let's not be so quick to see the bad about the person. When I was the bully beater back then, I used to look like that. Why you want to just bully? And I just pop off on somebody because I'm from Brooklyn. So don't play with me. I might pop off on you. But now it's not like that. What thing is she dealing with that she's so hurt that when people are having positive energy, she wants to bring it down? What that really reveals to me is that she needs more attention than anybody else. What that means to me is that she's been neglected more than anybody else. So this is just what I do, not telling you to do this, but it's a consideration for everybody to think about. I would have a real conversation, take her out to lunch. Let me take you out to lunch. And you know what I do? You know what type of result usually happens from me doing something like that? Wow. No one has ever done that for me. Okay, light bulb go off in my mind now. Now I understand why she acts this way. Because nobody ever treated her the way that she deserved to be treated. Which also makes me think, wait a minute, isn't that what you just said? Wait a minute, hold on. So when I said the statement that we are more alike than we are different, this is what I meant. It just shows up differently because we're all seeing it and viewing it from a different perspective, a different lens. But when we're so quick to judge somebody, and don't get me wrong, there are people that we can't do anything with. You just got to count your loss with those people. But before you point the finger at anybody else, look within and say, is there something that I can do? Because you may never know. By you just being that person that's that leader, and you're talking to her, having that conversation, that might spark something else that changes. You look at Sunshine on the screen. I'm telling you right now, Sunshine was sitting in the crowd just like everybody else. And in fact, she came through the program. She spent $15,000 on the program, and she didn't do anything with it. She was behind, camera off. I had to go looking for her. Sunshine, where are you? What's going on? You okay? Last day, the last day. This is the last day. I call her and said, Sunshine, don't worry. I want you to come and do some leadership work with me. Fast forward later, the work that she put in, and the money is just a receipt, y'all, but it's just what our community looks at. But please don't measure your wealth and measure your success in money, because anybody can get money, okay? Jane Doe down the block can get money, okay? Please understand. But now Sunshine, she was able to get a contract where she made the same amount of money in 1 week at her old job that she now can make in one call for 1 hour. But she was just like you in a sense of, not feeling valued and able to be in a space where she's cultivated and promoted. The place that you're looking for just might not be the place that you're at. That's all. That's really it. You just might need to take your talents to South Beach, like LeBron did. You might have to take your talents to South Beach where somebody else can appreciate what you got going on, and you could go down there and win championships. And guess what? You could come back. And when you do come back, now you're the director. And now the person that you was working for is working for you now. Ask me how I know. Okay, so just so you understand, just because they're in a position right now, okay, that's cool. But every position is movable. So God gonna put you in a position, but you have to show up and do the work. But I'm proud of you because I felt something in you, and I love the fact that you let it out and released it because you needed that. But just know that you are a shining star, but you can shine your light elsewhere. Okay? And if you need to talk, let us know. We'll talk to you. Sunshine, good job. You want to come up and say something, Sunshine, real quick before we go?
Nah,
We got one more person.
And you pretty much covered it, but sometimes I want us to start paying attention to, where we are when we take the positions that we take, right? Because you were probably a totally different person when you got that position.
Yes, I was.
Absolutely. And so we align ourselves in our jobs according to who we are and where we are at certain places in our lives. And then we develop and we grow. And now you've outgrown that space, and it's okay. It's just time for you to move on. And we can't get mad at the people that's there. You've just grown. But there was a time when it fit because you was somebody different. And that's all of us. We be going through things in our lives at different times. And so we put ourselves in these places. And 9 times out of 10, we're in these jobs and we're in these spaces where we're able to hide behind people and situations and things because of how we're feeling. We know that we shouldn't be in those places, but we're there anyway. It's time we stop playing small. we got to really stop playing small and really start standing in our power and walking in it and understanding that we do everything big around here, especially this year. Like we really, really got to understand our worth and really start like living in it, speaking in it, sleeping in it, because the legacy that we're looking to leave depends on us. We built for this. We got to know that and live in that space. So stop taking these jobs that we know that are so already below us. And let's start getting in the rooms that we belong in that speak the same language that's going to help us develop and grow to our next level. You got this,
Real
Queen.
quick, Sunshine. What was your position back at the school? What was your position?
I was a teacher's assistant.
Okay, so Sunshine was in your situation as a teacher's assistant. Fast forward later, she's now the leadership director of a multi-million dollar company. Please understand what I'm saying to you. What you may see that's meant for you may not happen in the season of the season that you think is for you at this moment. It will come as long as you stay diligent and you work towards your goal. Like Sunshine mentioned, the person that you was when you got the job, you're no longer that person. So congratulations to you. You are the MVP. You just got to go out there and show it for yourself. Everybody send some love to Monique in the chat. Let's continue to go. We got one last person. We got a hard close at 10:30. We're supposed to be done at 9:30, y'all. 9:45 the latest. It's only 10:30 now.
I don't have
All
nothing to
right.
do with that. I'm not getting in trouble with you.
Yeah.
Queen
What's up, Janine?
Hey
how are
guys,
you,
good
love?
morning. Good morning. I'm doing well. So yesterday, I didn't join yesterday, and it kind of like took me for a loop because it's like I'm doing the necessary things for my business. So I took care of the annual report. It's like I had the money, so it's like, okay, let me take care of these things early. So I pay for the annual report. I had a conversation with someone in our group, and I pay for my trademarks, which these are things that are very important. And then I'm in the meeting, and then Joy is like, and I'm like, oh my God. Now I'm not beating myself up because I am doing the necessary things for my business, but now I'm like, how am I gonna do this now? Is this opportunity gonna come around
Okay,
again?
hold on. Let me add value to you. And this goes to everybody. Every opportunity is the last opportunity. Never forget that. Please understand that. Don't overestimate that because that will cost you. Every opportunity is the last opportunity. That's because it's something that's cultivating momentum for this moment. So when you step into this moment, you get something beautiful from here. Now, don't get me wrong, we will have another opportunity for you at a later time, but who knows what your situation is like then? Who knows where you're at then? Who knows what's going on in the background? Who knows what other things that has happened and transpired that you may think is available for the future because you have it right now, but during that time, when that time comes, you might be a totally different person in a totally different situation and can't even take the opportunity when we do provide it again. So every opportunity is the last opportunity. For you, you've been doing an amazing job for getting the annual report, getting everything together for what you have. You had no clue that this was going to be an opportunity for you, but that's what these opportunities do. They stretch you. They stretch you. That's the purpose of this. You're supposed to look at it and go, how am I supposed to do this? And then figure out the way to get it done. That's how life is going to show up to you every time. When you're in your business and you start to unfold, when you first, how do I get the LLC? I know I need an LLC. Okay, now you need to get the LLC. You figure that out. You get the LLC, you're working in your business. All right, cool. I know I need to get funded. Okay, I don't know how to get funded. You figure it out. So this is just another level to you to figure out. But the best thing about it is if you do it in the momentum of the moment where it's happening, that's where you're going to get the greatest reward. That's where everything is going to be at. So for you, this just might not be the opportunity for you. It literally could have just shown you what is possible for you, or you figure out a way to make sure this opportunity was meant for you and you get in. Like it just really comes down to that. Don't feel bad about it. If anybody's on the fence, can we put the link in the chat? The deposit link. Do we have a deposit link? Can we put the deposit link in the chat? It should be in the Telegram group. Put it in the chat. If anybody's on the fence, go ahead and put your deposit down. Right? Go ahead and put your deposit down. Because at least if you're on the fence, you put your deposit down, you put your money up already. So now you're like, all right, cool, I might as well go for it. Some of us have the money, but just scared to do it because we don't know what the outcome is going to be. Newsflash, we never do. I can't guarantee you success, but I can guarantee you that if you don't do anything about it, you won't succeed. I can guarantee that. So if you do have an opportunity to bet on yourself, bet on you. Believe that you will be the person that could get into the room. Think about it. You're in the room with people who already are doing things. There's a lot of people that's in the group who maybe just don't talk a lot and maybe don't raise their hand, but they already got businesses going. They already got income flowing. They got systems running. They can help you. They can do things with you, right? So don't forget about that. I want you to realize when you put your money in, that's when everything gets activated. That's when you have to now, all right, gosh, I got stuff I got to do. I got to get to it. Okay. So for you, it's more like if you already spent the money, you already spent the money. You can't snap your fingers and make money appear unless you got the business credit. You could use that. But you already knew if that's the case, you already knew that. So, if anybody's on the fence about the money, it's just more about, do you believe in yourself enough to take action and bet on yourself to get the results back? But you can, and you will. There's no doubt about it. Get the mentorship.
I believe in myself, and I believe that a way will be made. I'm going to make the call. I'm going to see if something, hopefully something can be done in regard to the deposit. Maybe, I can work something out where, because I don't have the amount that they're asking, Joy's asking for at this moment.
Right. And I understand that. That's why I tell everybody don't stress out, because in this season for you, it could have been the season of just showing you what's possible, showing you what could be. Some of us are not at the stage where we are getting the opportunity because this is what we should be doing. Some of us are in the stage where we're getting the opportunity because now it's showing us what we could be doing and what we will be doing. It's just foreshadow for the future. Okay, it's foreshadow for the future. Let's change our minds, Arnell. 2K is not hard to come by. It's just the way that we're seeing it, right? The way that we're seeing it. And I don't want to tell anybody about their pockets. I'm not saying that. I'm saying let's be real here. When I figured out that I want 5K a month, that was good. And then I realized that it wasn't enough. When I realized when I first got 10K a month, I realized, yeah, that was good. I'm better than 5. I'm up. It ain't enough. And I'm not saying that $5,000 is not enough for anybody. What I'm saying to you is, as you grow and you hit different levels, your mind is just naturally going to want more. Before, all you did was want your juice box and watch your cartoons. That day is over. You got bigger goals now, right? You got bigger dreams. So regardless of how you feel about what I'm saying about this, when you get to one level, your mind expands. It can never go back to the lower level. It just, you're going to actually go to another level. So as long as you find a way to get the 2K, you're going to say, all right, I can now find a way to get 4K. As long as you find a way to get the 4K, you're going to say, I can find a way to get the 6K. So it's going to happen. But if you say to yourself, I can't, and there's no way I can get 2K, then you forever are at that spot. It never changes. You change the goalpost. Make sense? Everybody make sense? We cool on that? All right, cool. So unfortunately, we can't take the hands. I know Lena, and who was that? Deshauna came up. We can't take the hands because it's 10:30. What I will do for you two, though, I will go on live just for you two and answer your question. But you got to be quick with it. If you can get on Instagram. If you can't, no worries. But that's how I would show love to you and be able to still support your hand being raised. Janine, was that helpful for you in any way?
Yes, thank you.
All right.
I appreciate you this whole week, you and Sunshine. Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely.
And
We
everyone-
appreciate you. Go ahead, my bad.
No, I was saying, and everyone that that has come up this week and have expressed their testimonies, it really meant a lot. It stretched me in a lot of ways, and I appreciate you guys. I appreciate everyone in the group. I appreciate Joy, and I'm just grateful and thankful.
Right, absolutely. Real quick, it's a random question, but because I was on live the other day, does anybody need the inquiry removal guides? Put a 1 in the chat if you need that. The inquiry removal guides for your credit. I don't know like if anybody needs that, but I know on live people was asking for that, and I gave them a free guide. So if you do, I'll put that in the chat. There's a code that you have to put into it, and then I'll send that to you. So what you'll do is this. DM me, put my Instagram in the chat, Sunshine. DM me free inquiry guide, and I'll send that to you all with the code, okay? Because I'm not gonna be able to put it in the chat right now. My computer, I don't have it. All right, cool. Free inquiry guide. And send that to me a DM, and then I'll send that to y'all free. Remember, just put the code in and it'll be free for you. Other than that, it's time to go. This was an amazing opportunity. Look, we have class tonight. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. We have class tonight. I want y'all to go into the Telegram, put your biggest takeaways from this week, put your biggest takeaways from this class. If you love the leadership accountability, then go ahead and let everybody know. Share this on your stories. Share this on your social media, whatever it is to spread the awareness of personal growth, spiritual wealth. This is what we're out to, this is what we're out to create. And we're building this community of love, connectivity, and financial prosperity. So let that be the calling card. At this time, I want everybody to come off of mute. I want you to leave this call with high energy. Go and accomplish your task for the day. Take on life knowing that you are the MVP. You are the star of your story. The Instagram is in the chat. Go ahead and get the Instagram. I will send you the free book. So that way you can go ahead and remove those inquiries. Listen, you're the best of the best, the top of the top, the cream of the crop. Life goes on. It doesn't stop. Let's keep moving. Have everybody come off from mute. Snap it up and clap it up for you. This has been a tremendous day, but this is my time. My time is done. I'm sending everybody beautiful love and energy. Peace and love, everybody. Come on, Sunshine, send a request. Have them off of mute. Let's go.
Thank you. Thank you.
Go. Let's
Thank
go.
you.
Love,
Sunshine.
sunshine.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
Stay
Thank
focused,
you.
Don't forget
everyone.
to call
Happy
your
Free
grandma.
Friday.
Blessings.
Bye, Mama.
Happy
You got gloves?
Christmas.
Got gloves?
See you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. See you at the top.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Remember, you are not
Yeah, at the top. That's right.
See you tonight.
Keep being amazing, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.